Alright, hi. This is Rayman Game Boy Color Edition. My name's Amoeba. Let's get the run underway. So, this is a Rayman game, and don't ask me anything about a Rayman game because this is the only one I've ever played. I don't know anything about them, I swear. This is a really fun run though. Right. Oh, I missed it. So that is an early cycle. It's really annoying to hit. The very first level has a really early, like time-dependent early cycle that you'd like to hit there. I thought I was going to get it. I missed it by a smidge. But yeah, this game has like really blown up. Really? I don't think I've ever hit that back. This is a horrendous start. Please hit the plum. Thank you. Oh, I'm better at this game, I promise. Yeah, so this game, it's not had the most storied background as a speed game, but it really has blown up in the past few, years, I guess. Between discoveries by me, when I first learned the run, and more recently in a task that was published maybe a month ago, maybe less. And there's just been some massive game-breaking stuff in this game since then. When I started running this game, there was no skips in the entire run. You pretty much just played the game roughly as intended. That's not true. There was sequence breaks, but there was no glitches of any kind. There was a handful of sequence breaks that skipped maybe 5 to 10 seconds at most. We're actually gonna end up skipping 3 whole levels at one point, back to back to back. I won't spoil anything of that until I get closer to those levels. At the moment, we're doing an auto-scroller, which is not... Are you kidding me? This is the worst first split I've ever done in my life. How did I not grab the ledge there? That's not the first time I've died to that platform like that. I actually fell straight through that platform a couple of weeks ago. That's horrendous. It's the worst possible death. I can't do anything to go faster in this level. Oh, okay. So I do like to mess around in runs a bit on these levels because there's not much else to do. Can't believe how bad this is. We will not mess around on that platform. We will cross it properly like good boys. Yeah, this is a weirdly put together game in certain ways. It actually really pushes the Game Boy Color engine to its limits, to the point where there's sort of lag reduction strats in certain stages. They're not really in-depth lag reduction. But we do like to, in certain stages, we like to kill enemies as quickly as possible to get the sprites off the screen quickly. Otherwise we end up potentially lagging the game out when too many sprites are on screen at once. I'll try and point some of those sections out when I can. Fun thing about the way this engine works with auto-scrollers, so there's a couple of places in this level where there's a platform rising, or I can crawl. So here, if I stand on this platform like this, because the platform goes off the top of so I didn't press anything there, but because the platform goes off the top of the screen, but the game doesn't want to let Rayman off the top of the screen, it just pushes Rayman through the platform. Another fun side effect of that is the screen stops scrolling as soon as you touch the final platform, so you can touch the platform too early and not actually be able to jump on it. A couple of tiny sequence breaks here. That first one was just to skip going to the right. This one skips going above, because we can just hit that platform on the way down. But World 1 is not the most interesting for skips. We don't have the helicopter power yet. We won't do until the end of the next world, which is where a lot of our skip potential opens up. Yeah, this game is... It's sort of held together with wishes and tape. It looks really good, and then if you try and do anything a bit weird with the physics of it, the game really just does not react to that very well. And we have to walk over here just to to unlock that platform that doesn't appear until we hit the invisible trigger. There's a couple of those in the run. It's a bit of a theme in this game that you have to activate invisible platforms, or activate platforms with invisible triggers. Sorry. I'll try and point them out when I do. World 2 is really fun for speed because you can hold momentum on these slippy platforms. It's about the only world that really uses this as a level design choice. Bit of a skip here. Okay, nice, I got it. There's a backup to do that if you don't hit it on the first try like that. That first skip through is quite finicky. We can actually... Oh, it's not the start of this level that it applies to, but we can actually... Oh, there's another clip through here. Sorry. Not really a clip through, it's just you can just walk through that section if you take the hit. You can actually maintain this fast speed on these slippy platforms off of the slippy platforms if you jump frame perfectly when you land on each one to try and maintain the speed. It is actually possible to do that RTA. It'll happen at the start of the next level, hopefully. A bit of a skip here, we can jump up through the bottom of the platform there. And then hopefully if we gain... Well, I will gain some speed here, and hopefully if I'm frame perfect, I can maintain that speed. I don't know. So you have to jump frame perfectly out of that gap, and you can literally chain that all the way along these platforms. If you're really, really perfect with your execution, you can get 3 frame perfect jumps there and hold all your speed for that entire section. A bit of a momentum transfer there just to skip a whole section. You're not supposed to get on top of that tall platform. Health's a bit low, so I'm going to take the heart here. If anybody has any questions, by the way, feel free to drop them in chat. I will try and answer them when I can. So this is... Well, I didn't do it very well, but this is a lag reduction section. Oh my god, I just kept screwing it up. I have to do this, which I've never done before. I've literally never been down that section. Where's the platform? Are you kidding? Okay. So I was trying to kill those enemies early on. If you leave them all on screen, then when the second one activates, this one jumps up. It really lags the game out. I just didn't hit him at all, then I tried to avoid getting hit, and I just fell off. Because I'm great at this game. Yeah, this is, for a Game Boy Color game, it's gorgeous. So we're going to intentionally get hit over here, because going around this loop, you activate an invisible trigger there to get a platform here, and that skips the section up to the top left. Which is like an intentional bit of game design. You're supposed to go down to the right to unlock one of the cages, but we sort of skipped the cage and then just unlocked the secret platform to get back quicker. I don't think I've ever seen that cloud platform up there before. I wonder where that went. Not too much to talk about here. A little bit of a skip here if I'm good. Nice. Okay. No, not the best start. We now have the helicopter power though, and this is where the recent discoveries really get opened up. So the task that was published last month used a trick that's actually known in other Rayman Game Boy games called a glitchy double jump. I had no idea it existed until the task was produced, but that glitchy double jump has opened up a lot of skips. So once you've got this helicopter power, in certain scenarios, if you hover at the peak of your jump and then press jump again after cancelling the helicopter power, within 4 frames of cancelling it, you'll get a jump just in mid-air off of nothing. Let me see if I can show you. So that right there was a glitchy double jump. That was a really good bit of timing. They're a little bit finicky in that we don't exactly know when you can and can't do them. They become really consistent if you sort of drop off a ledge and then do them. Trying to do them off flat ground is anything from like inconsistent to impossible. Like that's the one useful glitchy double jump in this whole world, is to skip that tiny section. It saves about 2 seconds. It is really cool. But this is sort of the last, well, quote-unquote boring world. There's not too much to have skipped in the first 2 stages, and then we get another auto-scroller, unfortunately. There's only one more of these auto-scrollers left in the run, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Another bit of lag reduction here. We want to kind of try and kill these guys off. We don't need to do it too quickly, but we don't want all 3 of them on screen at the same time. And then the next world is the one that's absolutely busted. So before I started running this game, this next world would have taken like 8-9 minutes alone. Then I discovered the skip on level 2 and a clip through on level 3 as well, which I discovered much more recently. And then there's a glitchy double jump on level 4 that was premiered in the TAS that basically skips that entire level as well. So the only level we're actually going to play in full in the next world is level 1. There isn't anything to skip there, pretty much because you're just going from the base of that level to the peak. It's quite difficult for there to really be any potential here to skip anything. And there's no platforms that you activate when you stand on them, which is the key to the 4-2 skip. So while I'm going through... Oh, wow, I've never been that early that I've hit that. Man, I'm just too good. While we're going through this level, there's not too much to talk about here, so I'll talk about what's going to happen in the next level, because if you blink, you'll miss it. It happens really quickly. Right at the start of the level, there's a platform that activates when you stand on it. So when Rayman actually lands on it, it will start moving up and down. What I'm hopefully going to do, and it may take me an attempt or two, it's not the easiest trick, is to land on that platform for a single frame, activate it, and then fall off. And what that does is the game will detect that the platform's been activated and activate it, and give Rayman the properties of standing on the platform. So if the platform moves up, it wants to move Rayman up as well, so that you move with the platform. But then it doesn't have enough time to remove those properties as if you've come off this platform. So you'll end up constantly having the up or down movement. So this is it right here. There we go. So I'm constantly moving up now because it thinks I'm still on the platform. And if I grab this ledge, it will just move me up through the entire level. This skips like 4 minutes. This level is huge, probably the longest in the run if you play it normally. And yeah, so if you fall off the platform literally a frame after you activate it, the game constantly gives you the platform's movement properties. Now that platform moves up and down, but if you deload it while it's moving up, it never updates that property, so you just constantly move up. A bit of a clip here, this skips most of this level. That was a discovery by me. Probably skips about 80% of it, I think. Which is nice because these helicopter levels are not the most interesting. A little bit slow. This is lag central, by the way. For whatever reason, this sprite that's just loaded behind us lags the game to hell. Don't know why. It was actually pretty low lag, all in all. And then this is another what would have been very long level, but this skip premiered in the TAS. So if you literally double jump up there like that, you can activate the invisible trigger that loads the platform that takes you to the exit of the whole level. So normally you do a whole loop of this level, going all the way around the right and then climbing up and then back left. This skips the entire level. That was a pretty good World 4. So there's a few... This world's really tricky in a way because there's no massive skips, but we've now got a few tricky little skips like that. That saves like... Oh, I hate that guy. That saves like 10 seconds, so it's super worth doing, but it's quite tricky. It's tricky to be consistent at it. And there's just lots of little like finicky, small time saves in this split. Things like that where you don't bother riding the platform. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Not gonna matter. Yeah, you skip riding the platform and damage boost through. You skip riding that hoop with a... Oh, I was going to say a well-timed hover there, but that was pretty poorly timed. There we go. There's just lots of little things in this particular world, sorry. Another glitchy double jump coming up at the end here. You can actually do 2, but trying to get the first one is terrible. This one, though... Oh, it says. There we go. That one's pretty easy. You notice that I deliberately turned around and ran off a ledge to do that, though. That seems to make glitchy double jumps consistent for some reason, or more consistent. It's still hard. Another glitchy double jump here. Nice. That skips a whole like hoop section on the right. Again though, only saves about 5 seconds. This world's really just tricky for little time saves. Fun little clip here that the TAS introduced. So if we back ourselves into this corner and duck, we can, after we get the damage boost up, we can clip through. Barely saves any time, but it does look cool. Don't need that platform, so we just damage boost through that. And then, if this is the level I'm thinking of, yes it is. Then there's another glitchy double jump here. It's really hard off that platform, and then really easy to back up off of that one for some reason. Again, I can't explain why. Glitchy double jumps are a bit of a mystery. Another one here. Oh, I didn't get it. Unlucky. Again, another one that saves like 3 or 4 seconds. Not the end of the world to miss it, but it adds up if you don't get them all. Don't need to pick up any health. I hate missing that. You really want to hit that as you're falling, because if you punch in the air, you always get the longest possible punch, and then you have to wait for it to come back if you miss. That's really annoying. This platform sucks. Something about the physics of it as it's falling, it really doesn't like getting hit. I've got a pretty good timing down for the 2 hits that you normally need to get it across. Unfortunately, did not get it there. And unfortunately with that final hit as well, I'm going to have to take a quick death here. I'll explain why in a second. So there's a skip coming up where I want to die specifically. But I need 3 hearts to get there. So this was a weird one that I found probably about a year ago now. If you stand in this little corner here and die, you actually activate the checkpoint through the wall. That skips a whole section above. Really? Just didn't hit the ring. There we go. The TAS does something crazy here with the platform down below that I haven't found a way to be good at yet, but we get a bit of a skip there in RTA by double jumping up. Damage boost through that as well. There's also another double jump here, but you have to do it off flat land. I've yet to find a way to make that consistent. Really? Buddy? I'm getting owned. I've been owned. There we go. I don't think 2 hearts is an issue. No, I'll be fine. But I just gotta make sure I don't get hit, lol. Least consequential glitchy double jump ever, but it's so easy to hit, so that saves like half a second. I want to avoid getting hit by this if I can. Nice. Then I get healed up. Ring momentum is like weird in this game as well. You really want to try and latch onto these rings as you're falling because you get such a faster swing. Shout outs to the lag. Damage boost through these. You can clip through here by damage boosting. And then there's another glitchy double jump coming up in a second that debuted in the TAS, I think. No, that's actually not true. I think the TAS does something a bit crazier here as well. However, the TASer, I can't remember his name, I'm so sorry. Should have done the research beforehand. But the TASer also found that strat that clips through that wall. Or floor, ceiling, whatever. And then the final auto-scroller of the game. Not too much to talk about here. What can I talk about? There's a helicopter level coming. I mean, in a way, this would have been a really boring stretch of the run between this auto-scroller and then a helicopter level. Thankfully, the helicopter level's got a massive skip in it, so you don't have to be too bored. Yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful in this level. This auto-scroller is kind of tricky. Like, it's got loads of hoop jumps, but you hang so low off the hoops. Super squank, thank you. Go and watch that task. If you like this game, definitely go and watch that task. There's a massive improvement on the previous one. And sort of blue RTA strats wide open. This is another section that's dangerous on this auto-scroller. You can walk up this ramp too quickly, get too high up into the top of the screen, and it'll push you through the floor, and then you just die. The game is very well designed. Where am I going? Yeah, this is the, well, it would be the longest helicopter level in the run. Ooh, I hate the physics of falling like this. There we go. Yeah, you can just damage boost through that wall, and that literally skips the whole level. It's very busted. And then we go to Arcane Forest. Tass has done some work on this world as well. Not particularly in Arcane Forest 1, I don't think. This is all fairly par for the course. Deliberately have to wait there a little, like a second, just to get a better cycle. There is a cool clip that the task does here. It like double jumps up to the left. Unfortunately, I've not been able to recreate it RTA. I'd like to because it looks pretty cool. Catching that ledge. I really hate catching that ledge when you do that. Jesus. Tried to be clever with it and avoid the damage and died for that. Unlucky. There is a... oh, really? The task does have a glitchy double jump off of this platform here up to the top right. I have not been able to recreate an RTA way of getting the amount of height that it gets. I don't know if it like does 2. That guy sucks as well. If it looks like I'm really dodging these guys when I hit them, their hitbox is still active the entire death animation, so you do have to like dodge them for a while. Small time save there from a glitchy double jump, just skips doing the loop at the start of that one. Not a ton to talk about for this section, it's pretty much as the game intended. A damage boost through this because it's a little quicker. There's a whole like ring section coming up that we're going to try and skip nearly every ring with a well-timed helicopter. You do have to slow down slightly for that last one because if you hit that ring at full speed, it swings you the opposite way and then the ring falls down and you die. That is a little bit more finicky than it looked. Actually, this section is really hard. Like, I've messed this up in a run before, just because the amount of distance you need to hit those 3 rings is just quite tight. I don't think the devs realised how hard they'd made that when they did that. That was an unfortunate damage hit. I'm going to have to be very careful with this guy now. It's really difficult to hit him without taking damage. Mr. Dark, not Mr. Dark, Dark Rayman is level 3. This guy kills you instantly when he touches you, so you've got to be quick with your movement. The only really scary sections of this level, though, were that first bit that I just did, where I had to hit a glitchy double jump and then try and navigate the platforms quickly without him catching up to me. And then right at the end of the level, there's another glitchy double jump to try and save hitting another invisible trigger. This level loves invisible triggers for some reason. It's really awful from a casual perspective because it's not very intuitive where you're supposed to go. So like, there's a section here, just below this platform, where you're supposed to go down and then activate a platform to be able to get to the final platform of the level. We're going to skip that to try and do a glitchy jump here. God, it always scares me. There we go. Got it. And then level 4, the gimmick here is that left and right are switched, so I'm holding left the entire time now. But that's literally it. I think the devs thought this was going to be harder than it was because this level's really easy in comparison to the rest of the world. I think they thought that their gimmick was really going to stump people, and it kind of doesn't. It's not that hard. This is the only difficult section, is getting on this and getting the height. I mean, that's it. There's nothing else in this level, really. Other than, I guess, the direction switches there. But once you've done it like once or twice, it's not hard at all. And then the Mr. Dark fight. I don't like that I have 1 health here, because it's really fucking easy to get, sorry, excuse my swearing, really easy to get hit on this first wave of attacks, and it just wastes a lot of time if you do. Because these, they like track you, but they sort of fall randomly around you. Yeah, that was not bad at all. Don't get hit by Mr. Dark now. Where is he? So he spawns randomly. Nice. Wow, that was really nice. That was really, really quick as well. And once you get past that first bit, you get health, and then the rest of the fight is relatively free. And these attacks are ridiculously easy to dodge. The first wave is the hardest one. Like, this is just... literally, can you jump left? We want to be as high up as we can be when Mr. Dark spawns, because he like floats down to you, so if you can jump there, get him to disappear quickly. Where is he? I hit that. And then this wave of attacks goes on forever. And it's like the easiest to dodge. You just do this. I think he uses lightning like 17 times. I don't know why they decided that this was a great final phase for Mr. Dark here. Time is gonna, well, I don't know why I'm saying time is gonna be anything, because I'm the one in control of the timer. The time will be on the 3rd hit against Mr. Dark, so we are basically done here. As long as I don't take like 4 hits from old ball form Mr. Dark. Yeah. This is a fun run. People should try. Where? What? Did I just take damage from? Hello? I've literally never seen that in my life. What was that? I got hit by nothing. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Ta-da! I have no idea what I got hit by right at the end there. That was crazy. I somehow break something new every time. Yeah. He said the thing. Yeah, I love this game, and anybody that wants to have a go at running it, please give me a shout, because it's very fun. It's very easy to get hold of because it is a Game Boy game. Smile. Thank you for having me on, Crawl. I believe up next, they're going to be getting Nex Machina Any% Solo.